Dobro večer svima, večeras.
We're just so happy that you found your new abode here.
I mi smo jako radosni što ste vi našli svoj put ovdje.
While it's a little smaller,
Ovdje je malo manje, malo je tješnje,
it's a little more intimate, and so we'll get to know one another better.
ali to je malo bliži smo jedan drugome i možda je to čak i ljepše.
Would you take your Bibles and we'll open them to 3 John chapter 2 or verse 2.
Uzet ćemo naše Biblije ponovo večeras i otvoriti 1010. stranicu.
Because we're talking tonight on how to live longer.
Otvaramo 1010. stranicu i večeras razgovaramo o tome kako živjeti duže.
And everybody should be interested in our subject tonight, how to live longer.
I svi trebaju biti zainteresirani za večerašnju temu proučavanja, a to je kako živjeti duže.
When you're 70, 10 years is a long time.
Kada imate 70 godina, 10 godina je dugačko vrijeme.
Aha. When you're 20, 10 years doesn't seem so long.
A kada imate 20 godina, onda 10 godina nije toliko dugačko.
All right, let's have a look at 3 John.
Idemo otvoriti, znači, 1010. stranicu, to je 3. Ivanova poslanica.
And verse 2.
A čitat ćemo drugi redak.
Beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in health, just as your soul prospers.
Ljubljeni, želim ti u svemu dobar uspjeh i zdravlje, kao što je tvojoj duši dobro.
Now, this verse says there are two things that are equal, one with the other.
Ovdje imamo dvije stvari koje su rečene u ovome retku, a te dvije stvari su jednake jedna drugoj.
What are the two things that are equal?
Koje su ovdje dvije stvari koje su jednake?
Our spiritual,
Ovdje imamo duhovnu stranu.
that's our soul prospering.
Ovdje kaže da tvoja duša prosperira ili napreduje.
And be in health,
I ovdje se govori dalje da imaš dobro zdravlje.
that's our physical health.
A to je naše duhovno zdravlje.
Now, the Bible teaches
Biblija naučava
that my physical health
da moje fizičko zdravlje
is just as important as my spiritual health.
je isto tako važno kao moje duhovno zdravlje.
Now, why would that be so?
Zašto je to tako?
Simply because if I don't feel well,
Zato što ako se ja dobro ne osjećam,
then my spiritual health will suffer.
tada i moje duhovno zdravlje će stradati.
And the two things are intertwined together.
I ove dvije stvari, znači duhovno i tjelesno zdravlje, one su povezane jedna s drugim.
You can't separate one from the other.
Ne možete odvojiti jedno od drugoga.
So the Bible puts the two things together.
I Biblija ove dvije stvari stavlja zajedno.
And no doubt your mother, or if you're a mother, you were interested in good health for your children.
I sigurno vi ako ste majka, vi ćete biti zainteresirani za dobro zdravlje svoje djece.
Because the habits we teach them when they're young
Jer one navike njihove koje ih poučavamo kad su mali,
go with us through the rest of our life.
idu s nama kroz cijeli naš život.
So God is interested in our health too.
Bog je zainteresiran za naše zdravlje.
He wants us to be in good health.
On želi da smo mi u dobrom zdravlju.
Now tonight I'm going to share with you 7 health laws from the Bible.
Večeras želim sa vama razgovarati o 7 zdravstvenih zakona iz Biblije.
Let's have a look at the first one in Exodus.
Pogledajmo prvi taj zakon koji se nalazi na 55. stranici. Otvaramo 55. stranicu, to je izlazak.
Exodus 15.
A čitat ćemo u 15. poglavlju. Znači izlazak na 55. stranici.
And verse 26.
A čitat ćemo 26. redak.
And said, if you diligently heed the voice of the Lord your God and do what is right in his sight.
Zatim reče, budeš li zdušno slušao glas Jahve, Boga svoga, vršeći što je pravo u njegovim očima.
Give ear to his commandments.
Budeš li pružao svoje uho njegovim zapovjedima i držao njegove zakone.
And keep all his statutes.
I držao njegove zakone.
I will put none of the diseases on you which I have brought on the Egyptians.
Nikakvih bolesti koje sam pustio na Egipćane na vas neću puštati.
So what's the one word here that is the law?
Koja je riječ ovdje koja je na neki način zakon ili pravilo?
God says, if I am obedient,
Bog kaže, ako sam ja poslušan,
God will keep me from the diseases that affect everybody else.
Bog će mene sačuvati od bolesti koje će napasti druge ljude.
So if I obey what God has asked me to do,
Znači, ako ja slušam ono što Bog traži od mene da slušam,
I won't suffer from the premature diseases that are affecting everybody else.
znači ja neću stradati od bolesti koje će napasti druge ljude.
So that's the first health law.
Znači, to je prvi zdravstveni zakon.
Let's come over to Leviticus
Zakon
11.
zdravlja.
Leviticus 11.
A sada idemo u Levitski zakonik, 88. stranica.
And verse 46 and 47.
A čitat ćemo u 11. retku 46. i 47. redak. U 11. poglavlju 46. i 47. redak.
This is the law of the animals and the birds and of every creature that moves in the waters and of every creature that creeps on the earth.
To je odredba koja se odnosi na ptice i na sva živa bića što se u vodi kreću i na sve stvorove koji po zemlji gamižu.
To distinguish between the unclean and the clean.
Svrha joj je da se razlikuje nečisto od čistog.
And between the animal that may be eaten and the animal that may not be eaten.
Životinja koja se može jesti od životinje koja se ne smije jesti.
Now this is the law of diet.
Znači, ovo je zakon prehrane.
God said there are some things we can eat and there are some things we mustn't eat.
Znači, Bog je rekao, postoje neke stvari koje možemo jesti, a postoje druge stvari koje ne možemo jesti.
And we'll talk more about that in just a moment.
I mi ćemo malo kasnije više o tome govoriti.
Come over to Leviticus 14 now and verse 8.
Znači, okrećemo jednu stranicu, idemo na 90. stranicu. U 14. retku čitat ćemo, u 14. poglavlju čitat ćemo 8. redak.
Verse 8.
Znači, čitamo 8. redak.
He who is to be cleansed shall wash his clothes,
Onaj koji se čisti neka opere svoju odjeću,
shave off all his hair,
obrije sve svoje dlake
and wash himself in water,
i u vodi se okupa.
that he may be clean.
Tako neka je čist.
So this is the next great health law.
To je znači sljedeći zakon zdravlja.
The law of hygiene.
To je znači zakon higijene.
And all of us understand the importance of this.
I svi mi razumijemo koliko je ovaj zakon važan.
We've all accepted the idea we must keep our bodies clean.
Svi smo prihvatili ideju da mi želimo svoje tijelo imati čistim.
But I want you to remember this was written 3,500 years ago.
Ali ja vas moram podsjetiti da ovo napisano prije 3500 godina.
Have a look at the next health law back in Exodus chapter 20.
Pogledajte sljedeći zakon zdravlja koji se nalazi na 58. stranici. 58. stranica, to je Izlazak 20. poglavlje.
And this is the Ten Commandments.
A znači idemo u 10 zapovjedi.
Verse 9.
20. poglavlje, 9. redak.
6 days you shall labor and do all your work.
6 dana radi i obavljaj sav svoj posao.
But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord your God.
A 7. je dana subota, počinak posvećen Jahvi, Bogu tvojemu.
In it you shall do no work.
Tada nikakva posla nemoj raditi.
Now this is the law of labor and work.
Znači ovdje imamo sljedeći zakon, to je zakon rada i odmora.
God says we are to work for 6 days.
Bog kaže 6 dana trebamo raditi.
And then rest on the seventh.
A onda 7. dana se odmarati.
Now that's a health law as well as a spiritual law.
To je znači zakon zdravlja, isto tako kao što je to i zakon, duhovni zakon.
Because people ignore that law.
Jer ljudi ignoriraju ovaj zakon.
And that's why their health breaks.
I zato njihovo zdravlje strada.
You know, you've heard of workaholics.
Vi znate onu riječ radoholici.
That want to work and work and work and work.
Oni koji rade i samo rade.
Without having a rest.
a nemaju odmora.
And God gave us the Sabbath
A Bog nam je dao subotu
to make sure we always had a rest every week.
i on je htio da svake subote moramo, odnosno trebamo imati odmor.
So that he would preserve our health.
Tako da sačuva naše zdravlje.
Have a look at the next great health law in verse 14.
Pogledajmo sljedeći zakon zdravlja. Nalazi se u 14. retku.
It says here, you shall not commit adultery.
Ovdje kaže ne čini preljuba, 14. redak u 20. poglavlju.
Now this is the law of morality.
Znači ovo je zakon moralnosti.
And we all understand this law too.
A mi svi razumijemo ovaj zakon.
Now have a look at over here in the book of Numbers, Leviticus Numbers.
Ako pogledamo sada, idemo u brojeve, a to je 110. stranica.
And here's the sixth great health law.
I ovdje nalazimo 6. zakon zdravlja. 110. stranica, to su brojevi, 5. poglavlje.
Numbers 5.
5. poglavlje, brojevi.
Verse 1.
Redak 1.
And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying,
Jahve reče Mojsiju,
command the children of Israel that they put out of the camp every leper,
naredi Izraelcima da iz tabora odstrane svakog gubavca,
everyone who has a discharge,
svakoga koji imadne izljev
and whoever becomes defiled by a corpse.
i svakoga koji se onečisti mrtvim tijelom.
And you shall put out both male and female.
Odstranite i muške i ženske.
You shall put them outside the camp.
Izvan tabora ih istjerajte.
That they might not defile their camps in the midst of which I dwell.
Da ne onečišćuju svoje tabore u kojima ja boravim među njima.
Now what law is that?
Koji je to zakon?
When you have a communicable disease and you're to separate those people from those who don't have the disease.
Kada imate prenosnu bolest i onda vi odstranite one koji imaju prenosnu bolest od onih koji nisu bolesni.
That's quarantine.
Da, to je karantena.
Now, the question is, where did Moses get this advanced information from?
Znači, pitanje je gdje je Mojsije ovu naprednu, otkud je saznao i dobio ovu naprednu informaciju?
Because all of those health laws are very up to date, aren't they?
Jer svi ovi zakoni zdravlja su suvremeni zakoni zdravlja, zar ne?
It wasn't many years ago we didn't understand that.
Prije nekoliko godina to nismo razumijevali.
I remember studying the Bible with a medical doctor.
Ja sam jedan puta proučavao Bibliju sa jednim liječnikom.
And he said he didn't believe the Bible.
I onda je on rekao da on ne vjeruje u Bibliju.
And I said to him, doctor, if you don't believe the Bible,
I onda sam ja njemu rekao, doktore, ako ne vjeruješ u Bibliju,
and I went through these health laws.
I onda sam ja prošao kroz ove zakone zdravlja.
I said, where did Moses get this information from if he didn't get it from God?
Onda sam ga pitao, otkud je Mojsije dobio ovu informaciju ako je nije dobio od Boga?
Because even in Europe here,
Čak u Europi,
it wasn't until people adopted these laws
dok nisu ljudi prihvatili ove zakone,
that leprosy and the Black Death were halted here in Europe.
znači crna kuga i guba su bile ovdje u Europi.
You know what he said to me?
Znate što je taj liječnik meni rekao?
Oh, he said he probably learned it when he was in the Egyptian university.
Kaže, najvjerojatnije on to naučio kad je bio tamo u Egiptu na sveučilištu.
Well, I said, now listen, doctor.
A on sam mi rekao, doktore,
We have found the medical books when Moses was in Egypt.
pronađena je knjiga lijekova ili medicinska knjiga iz vremena kada je Mojsije bio u Egiptu.
We know the type of thing that they were teaching when Moses wrote the first five
Mi
books.
znamo što su oni naučavali kad je u pitanju medicina u vrijeme dok je Mojsije tamo studirao.
Let me just share with you one or two medical prescriptions.
Da sa vama podijelim nekoliko medicinskih recepata.
If you had an embedded splinter,
Znači, ako imate jedan špranj u prstu,
apply worm's blood and ass's dung.
stavite na to krv od gliste i izmet od od magarca.
Other remedies included lizard's blood,
A onda postoje isto tako ove lijekovi koji su se spravljali od gušterove krvi,
swine's teeth,
od zuba od svinje,
putrid meat,
od mesa koje je pokvareno,
stinking fat,
smrdljive masti,
moisture from pig's ears,
tekućina iz oka svinje,
excreta from human beings, donkeys, dogs, cats and flies.
Isto tako od izmeta svinja, životinja, čovjeka i muha.
Can you imagine if Moses had put one of those in the Bible?
Možete li zamisliti da je Mojsije nešto tako napisao u Bibliji?
Wouldn't the critics laugh today?
Zar se ne bi kritičari danas smijali na to?
But Moses never included any of those foolish remedies in the Bible.
Ali Mojsije nikada nije uključio u Bibliju ove glupe recepte.
And we have to remember that this was written 3,500 years ago.
A mi moramo shvatiti i razumjeti da ovo što je napisano u Bibliji, napisano prije 3500 godina.
And this gives me tremendous confidence that God inspired the writing of this
I
book.
to meni daje nevjerojatno povjerenje da je Bog nadahnuo ovu knjigu.
Let me give you another illustration.
Da vam dam još jednu ilustraciju.
Come over to Numbers chapter 31.
Ići ćemo sada u brojeve, to je 135. stranica.
This is the seventh health law.
135. stranica, to je 7. zakon zdravlja.
And verse 22.
Znači, idemo u brojeve, 31. poglavlje, to je stranica 135.
Says only the
Just a moment. Znači, 31. poglavlje, 22. redak.
All right. Only the gold, the silver, the bronze, the iron, the tin and the lead.
Zlato, srebro, bakar, gvožđe, mijed i olovo.
Everything that can endure fire,
Sve što podnosi vatru,
you shall put through the fire,
provucite kroz vatru
and it shall be clean,
i bit će očišćeno.
and it shall be purified with the water of purification.
Ipak neka se očisti i vodom očišćenja.
But all that cannot endure fire, you shall put through water.
A sve što ne podnosi vatru, provucite kroz vodu.
What law is that?
Koji je ovo zakon?
That is sterilization.
To je zakon sterilizacije.
Now you think of it, 3,500 years ago, God taught sterilization.
Razmislite, 3500 godina, prije 3500 godina Bog je dao zakon o sterilizaciji.
We only learnt that 150 years ago.
A mi smo to naučili negdje prije 150 godina.
Let me give you an illustration.
Da vam dam ilustraciju.
In 1840,
1840.
in Vienna,
u Beču,
which Vienna was the leading medical city in the world.
a Beč u to vrijeme je bio glavni vodeći grad kad je u pitanju medicina.
In 1840.
1840. je?
1840.
Je.
Now, one woman in every 6 was dying in the maternity ward.
Znači, tamo na odjelu za porođaj svaka 6. žena je umrla od sepse.
And they couldn't work out why so many women were dying.
I nisu mogli doći do zaključka zašto toliko žena umiru.
Do you know what they're doing in 1840?
Vi znate što su oni činili 1840.
When the doctors came into the hospital in the morning,
Kada bi pacijent došao ujutro u bolnicu,
they would carry out autopsies on the people that had died during the night.
Oni su radili autopsije nad onima koji su umrli u toku noći.
Would you believe, without washing their hands
I nisu uopće prali svoje ruke.
and not wearing gloves,
Nisu nosili svoje rukavice.
they would then go up into the maternity ward
Onda bi oni otišli gore za rađanje
and carry out pelvic examinations
i tamo bi oni pregledali pacijente,
of the women who were about to give birth.
znači žene koje su trebale roditi.
And they couldn't work out why so many women were dying
I nisu mogli doći do zaključka zašto toliko žena umire.
until one young doctor
Dok jedan mladi liječnik,
by the name of Semmelweis,
a njegovo ime je
he was a Hungarian,
bio je Mađar, Semmelweis.
he said that we ought to wash our hands.
On je rekao moramo prati svoje ruke.
And the older doctor said, nonsense.
A stari liječnici su rekli to je glupost.
You don't have to wash your hands.
Ma ne morate prati svoje ruke.
And they said, you young upstart.
I onda su mu rekli ti si mlad.
And they hounded this young man. They hounded him. They went after him.
Oni su za njim, napali su ga.
Until finally he committed suicide.
Dok on na kraju nije izvršio samoubojstvo.
And yet that was only in 1840.
A to se dogodilo 1840.
And yet the Bible taught sterilization 3,500 years ago.
A Biblija je naučavala sterilizaciju 3500 godina prije toga.
And I'm sure there are many here who have a medical background.
I ja vidim da ima onih koji su ovdje liječničkog zvanja.
You know, when you go into the hospital, they're very particular about washing their hands.
I kada vi idete u bolnicu tamo, onda znate da moraju se ruke prati.
And wearing gloves.
I onda se nose rukavice.
And gowns and hats and slippers.
I onda se stavljaju i ona odjeća i kapa i papuče i sve ostalo.
But in 1840, they did none of those things.
Ali 1840 ništa od toga nije bilo.
And this is what gives me further confidence in this book.
A to je ono što meni još plus daje povjerenje u ovu knjigu.
Let's go back and have a look at this one on diet. This law one on diet.
Idemo sada malo nazad pa pogledati zakon prehrane.
Come back to Leviticus chapter 11.
Ići ćemo sada na 88. stranicu.
And verse 46 and 47.
88. stranica, 11. poglavlje, 46. i 47. redak.
Well, we'll read verse 47, I think.
Mi ćemo čitati 47. redak.
To distinguish between the unclean and the clean, and between the animal that may be eaten and the animal that may not be eaten.
Znači 11. poglavlje, 88. stranica, 47. redak. Svrha joj je da se razlikuje nečisto od čistoga, životinja koja se može jesti od životinje koja se ne smije jesti.
So the Bible says there are some things we can eat and there are some things we mustn't eat.
Biblija kaže da postoje neke stvari koje možemo jesti i neke stvari koje ne možemo, ne smijemo jesti.
How can we tell the difference?
Kako možemo znati koje životinje možemo jesti, a koje životinje ne možemo jesti?
Go back to verse 2.
Idemo nazad u drugi redak 11. poglavlja.
Of the 11th chapter.
Znači idemo jednu stranicu nazad, 87. stranica.
It says, speak to the children of Israel, saying, these are the animals which you may eat among all the animals that are on the earth.
Ovako kažite Izraelcima, to je drugi redak, ovo su životinje koje između svih četvoronožaca na zemlji možete jesti.
Among the animals, whatever divides the hoof, having cloven hooves, and chews the cud, that you may eat.
Znači svaku koja ima papke, ali papke razdvojeno i koja preživa, možete jesti.
So an animal must chew the cud like a cow.
Znači životinja mora preživjeti kao krava.
And divide the hoof.
I treba imati papke razdvojene.
It says here, verse 4, nevertheless these you shall not eat among those that chew the cud.
Znači, a četvrti redak kaže dalje, ali ove, iako preživaju ili papke imaju,
or those that have cloven hooves.
Znači, ili papke imaju, ne smijete jesti.
The camel,
devu,
because it chews the cud but does not have cloven hooves, it's unclean to you.
Jer iako preživa, razdvojena papka nema, za vas je nečista.
Verse 6.
Šesti redak.
The hare or the rabbit.
Znači, ovdje kaže arnebeta.
Because it chews the cud but does not have cloven hooves.
Iako preživa, razdvojena papka nema.
It's unclean to you.
Za vas je nečist.
And the swine or the pig.
A svinja.
Though it divides the hoof, having cloven hooves, yet does not chew the cud.
Iako ima papak, i to papak razdvojen, ne preživa. Za vas je nečista.
Its flesh is unclean.
Njihova mesa nemojte jesti, znači meso im je nečisto.
Now, when it comes to the fish, there's a simple rule too.
Ali kada su u pitanju, znači, ribe, ima isto tu jednostavan zakon.
Verse 9.
9. redak.
These you may eat of all that are in the water.
Kaže, od svih vodenih životinja ove možete jesti.
Whatever in the water has fins and scales.
Sve što živi vodi, bilo u morima, bilo u rijekama, a ima peraje i ljuske, možete jesti.
whether in the seas or in the rivers,
znači ili u moru ili u rijekama,
that you may eat.
te možete jesti.
So a fish must have both fins and scales.
Znači ribe moraju imati peraje i moraju imati ljuske.
Now when it comes to the birds,
A kada su u pitanju ptice,
from verse 11,
čitamo
verse
13.
13,
Od 13. redka,
it says, "These you shall regard as an abomination among the birds.
znači od ptica neka su vam ove odvratne i neka se ne jedu.
They shall not be eaten.
Neka se ne jedu.
The kite, verse 14,
Znači orao,
the falcon,
ovdje tetrijeb,
the raven,
sokol,
the ostrich,
imamo strvinar, jastreb,
the seagull,
gavran i ostali.
and so on.
Je.
Now most of those birds we don't bother to eat.
Većina ovih ptica ne jedemo.
Now all these animals, fish and birds, have one thing in common.
Ove životinje i ribe i ptice imaju jednu zajedničku karakteristiku.
All the ones that are unclean,
One koje su nečiste,
what would we say they pretty well all are?
što su one sve? Što bi mogli reći
What
da
do
su
they do?
one? Što one rade?
Yeah. Scavengers? Yeah, they're scavengers.
One su čistači ili one strvinari.
Yes, and God doesn't want us to eat scavengers.
I Bog ne želi da mi jedemo strvinare.
Why is that so?
Zašto Bog ne želi da mi jedemo strvinare?
Because they are much more prone to disease than other animals.
Zato što njihovo meso, odnosno ako ih jedemo, one prenose više bolesti nego druge životinje.
And God wants to protect us from getting sick.
I Bog želi da nas zaštiti od bolesti.
That's why he's asked us not to eat these things.
To je razlog zašto on rekao da ne jedemo te stvari.
Not because he's trying to take away something that's nice for us.
Ne da on nama oduzima nešto što je za nas ugodno i dobro.
He knows that it's not good for our health if we eat those things.
On zna da to za naše zdravlje nije dobro ako te stvari konzumiramo.
So God says, don't eat them.
A Bog kaže ne jedite to.
And I believe if we follow that counsel, we will be much healthier.
I ja vjerujem ako mi slijedimo taj savjet, bit ćemo zdraviji.
Let me read you two other verses that are wonderful.
Da vam pročitam i prekrasna još dva retka.
Come over to Leviticus 7.
Idemo na 84. stranicu. Levitski zakonik, 7. poglavlje.
And these verses we touched on the other night.
Mi smo prije jedne večeri dodirnuli ove retke, znači 84. stranica, to je 7. poglavlje Levitski zakonik.
Verse 23.
A čitamo 23. redak.
Speak to the children of Israel, saying,
Ovako kaži Izraelcima,
you shall not eat any fat
ne jedite loja,
of ox,
ni volunjskog,
or sheep,
ni ovčijeg,
or goat.
ni kozijeg.
God forbade the eating of animal fats.
Bog je zabranio da se jede loj od životinja.
Does that sound up to date now?
Da li je to nešto što je suvremeno danas?
Is that what your doctor tells you too?
Da li vaš liječnik vama to kaže?
Cut back on animal fats.
Kaže smanjite životinjske masti.
Because animal fats clog the arteries.
Jer životinjske masti one zatvaraju arterije ili krvne sudove.
And instead of the artery being nice and wide,
Umjesto da su te stijenke glatke i
the fatty deposits
ova mast se slaže,
reduce the size of the arteries.
smanjuje znači krvne sudove
And it's the cause of heart attacks
i izaziva moždani i srčani udar
and strokes.
i moždani udar.
And God says, don't eat animal fats.
I Bog kaže nemojte jesti životinsku loj.
And I think it's wonderful that just about every informed doctor says the same thing today.
Ja mislim da je to prekrasno da svaki dobro informirani liječnik danas kaže istu stvar.
Doesn't that give you confidence in the book?
Zar vam onda to ne daje povjerenje u Bibliju?
That God knows the end from the beginning?
Da Bog zna od početka kraj.
But look at something else. Look,
Pogledajmo još nešto.
Leviticus 17.
Idemo u istu ovu knjigu, 94. stranica, idemo malo naprijed.
And verse 23.
94. stranica, znači 17. poglavlje, 10. redak.
17 verse 23.
Znači 17. poglavlje, to je 94. stranica, 10. redak.
Not 23, it's 16, isn't it?
17:10.
17:10.
Yes.
Yes. And whatever man of this house of Israel
Nadalje, naprotiv svakog pojedinca od Izraelova doma,
or of the strangers who dwell among you,
a tako i protiv svakog pridošlice među vama,
who eats any blood,
koji bi blagovao bilo kakvu krv,
I will set my face against that person who eats blood.
ja ću se okrenuti.
In other words, God
Protiv
forbade
njega.
the eating of animal blood.
Znači, Bog je zabranio da se jede krv od životinje.
Now, why would that be?
A zašto je to?
Well, we all know today, if we go along to see the doctor,
Mi svi znamo danas kad odemo kod liječnika
and we've got something wrong with us,
i kad je nešto, imamo neki problem zdravstveni,
the very first thing the doctor will do,
prvu stvar koju će liječnik učiniti,
he'll take a blood test.
on će testirati krv.
Because the blood reveals if there's anything wrong in the body.
Zato što krv otkriva da li ima neka bolest, da li je nešto pogrešno u tijelu.
So if the animal has cancer or some other disease,
Znači, ako neka životinja ima rak ili neku drugu bolest,
where will the disease be?
gdje će se vidjeti ta bolest? Gdje će ona biti?
In the bloodstream.
Znači, bit će u krvi.
So God said, don't eat the blood.
A Bog je rekao, ne jedite krv.
And of course, the Jews even today
A Židovi čak i danas
have kosher meat,
imaju košer hranu,
which is meat that has all the blood drained out of it.
a to znači da je sva krv iscijeđena iz mesa.
And it's really white meat.
I to je to bijelo meso.
Because any red meat has blood in it. That's why it's red.
Znači, a svako crveno meso, ono ima krvi u sebi, zato je i crveno meso.
And the interesting thing is,
I interesantna stvar jeste,
the more we study this, the more we realize that this is true.
što više ovo proučavamo, to dolazimo do zaključka sve više da je to istina.
And that's why there are many people today in the world
Zato danas u svijetu ima jako puno ljudi
who are increasingly going back to the original diet.
koji, njihov broj je sve veći i veći, koji idu nazad u povijest na ovu znači prvotnu prehranu.
Which originally consisted of three things.
A prvotna prehrana je imala tri stvari.
Fruits,
To je bilo voće,
grains,
to su bile žitarice
and nuts,
i orašaste stvari.
with vegetables added a little later.
I malo kasnije povrće je dodano.
In other words, those who are the healthiest in the world
Drugim riječima, oni koji su najzdraviji danas u svijetu
and are living the longest
i koji žive najduže,
are those who have fruits,
to su oni koji imaju voće,
vegetables,
koji imaju povrće,
nuts,
koji imaju orahe, orašaste stvari
and grains
i koji imaju žitarice.
as the major part of their diet.
To je znači glavni dio njihove prehrane.
In other words, the less animal products we have,
Drugim riječima, što manje imamo životinjskih proizvoda,
the healthier we will be.
zdraviji ćemo biti.
Now, does this work?
Da li je ovo točno i da li je to djelotvorno u životu?
Can I share with you something very personal?
Mogu li vam nešto osobno reći?
Seventh-day Adventists
Adventisti sedmoga dana
live over 10 years longer than everybody else.
žive 10 godina duže od svih drugih ljudi.
Now, you may not know that,
Možda vi to ne znate,
but they do.
ali žive.
And very largely,
I u velikom broju
it's because they follow the biblical counsel here.
to je zato što oni slijede ovaj biblijski savjet.
Now, of course, not everybody is as particular as they ought to be.
Ne žive oni svi tako kao što bi trebalo.
And so it reduces it only to 10 years.
I onda
We're talking of the average is 10 years.
Znači, svi ne žive tako kao što piše u Bibliji, zato je njihov vijek duži samo 10 godina.
If everybody followed the counsel, we would live a lot longer than 10 years.
Kada bi svi slijedili ono što piše kao savjet u Bibliji, živjeli bi duže od 10 godina duže.
Now, recently, National Geographic.
Nedavno, National Geographic.
You know National Geographic?
Yeah.
Did a study of why Adventists live longer than everybody else.
Je izvršio proučavanje zašto adventisti žive duže nego drugi ljudi.
And they put a report on CNN.
I oni su taj svoj izvještaj dali preko CNN-a.
And I'm going to now show you this report. Look at it.
I ja ću vam sada pokazati taj njihov izvještaj. Pogledajte ga.
It's translated so you'll be able to understand.
Preveden je, vi ćete ga moći razumjeti.
Exercise, eat wisely, love the Lord and people, and have a good attitude. As I told you, attitude is 90% and circumstances are 10.
She is 101 years old, Marge Jedden. Those are her tips on living longer. We'll have more from her and others like her coming up. They are an inspiration and a mystery. One of the most fascinating slices, we think, of the world's population. People who live to be 100 years or older and yet remain healthy, even vigorous. They're clearly doing something right. But what exactly? Researchers are slowly beginning to unravel why this elite group is off the charts when it comes not just to aging, but aging well, extraordinarily well. National Geographic devotes its cover story this month to the secrets of living longer. The issue is now on newsstands, and Dan Buettner, who wrote the story, will be joining us later to answer your calls and your emails. He visited 3 corners of the world where people live the longest to find out exactly what they're doing and what lessons they have to teach us. Tonight, we'll take you around the globe, retracing Dan's path. Along the way, you'll meet some remarkable people. We're pretty sure they'll change everything you thought you knew about what it means to be old, very old. We begin in Loma Linda, California, of all places, home to some of the hardiest people in the United States. Here's CNN's Gary Tuckman.
Okay, ready?
I think so.
Marge Jedden renewed her driver's license in 2004. She was born in 1904.
So I always drive slowly because I can get more mileage to my gas that way. Didn't you know that?
I do know that. They're right. You're right.
Well, not very many men do.
Marge is now 101. Her license expires when she's 104. Are you a good driver?
I think I am.
Marge also has another set of wheels, a stationary bicycle, which she uses for a daily 8-mile ride, which is then followed by a regimen of weightlifting, usually accompanied by some power walking in her neighborhood in Loma Linda, California. Why do you walk so fast? You're gonna have a tough time having people keep up with you.
If somebody rings the bell and you gotta hurry. I've been a nurse for many years.
Okay. Marge was married to a doctor for 77 years. James Jedden died 2.5 years ago at age 96. She has 2 children, 4 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren. Marge grew up in Northern California and remembers the great 1906 San Francisco earthquake.
I was 2 years old, and I remembered that the water was splashing out of the horse trough. Wondered if they'd have anything left to drink.
So how is this 101-year-old woman maintain this amazing mental and physical condition?
In true righteousness and holiness.
Marge Jedden believes faith has much to do with it.
I'm a Seventh-day Adventist.
What then shall we say, brothers?
The Adventists, Christians who observe the Sabbath on Saturday, the 7th day of the week, preach good health. An Adventist is not supposed to drink, smoke, or eat many types of meat. Many Adventists don't eat any meat at all and refrain from coffee and soft drinks.
Our bodies are an important part of what it means to be children of God. We only have one while we're here.
Now suck it up. Okay. Surprise breath and stay surprised.
All right. Then my living shall not be in vain. Minnie Iverson Wood is also a Seventh-day Adventist.
Suck it. That was a good one.
At the age of 97, she teaches voice and piano lessons.
If I can help somebody
not going to hell.
and strictly observes the teachings of her religion.
When you are satisfied with what you're doing, you can relax and you can get a night's sleep. But if you're doing things that you shouldn't be doing, you lose sleep and you lose strength.
There are about 14 million Seventh-day Adventists in the world, and this congregation in Loma Linda is the church's largest. About 40% of the people who live in this city are Seventh-day Adventists. And it appears they live longer than others. A National Institutes of Health study shows Seventh-day Adventists in California live 5 to 8 years longer than other Californians. That's why National Geographic magazine came here for the cover story titled The Secrets of Living Longer.
That religious-based sense of purpose, I think, gave them a enthusiasm for life, something that propelled them into their older years.
May your kingdom be established in our praises.
The Loma Linda congregation is full of elderly people. So are exercise classes held in the town.
I want to beat the retirement system, and the only way to beat it is to keep breathing.
Have we had enough?
And when you combine one's faith, one's community, along with a good, healthy diet and an exercise program, together, combined, can result in significant improvement of longevity.
Marge Jatan is one other quality that leads to longevity, a good sense of humor.
Not only do you not look 101, you don't look 91, you look about 81.
Well, keep talking.
Marge says it all comes back to faith and embracing every day.
How does it make you feel that you've reached this age and are in the shape you are, such a good shape?
I marvel at it.
Marge and Minnie are very inspirational women. It's very nice to do such an inspirational story. And here's a good addition to it. 101-year-old Marge does a lot of volunteer work at the hospital, at her church, and last night, a civic group in Southern California gave her the Philanthropist of the Year award. And I will tell you, Anderson, I would like, if 4 decades from now, I'm in a position to win some type of award.
she's remarkable. And I mean, to see her working out at 101 is just incredible. And she walks fast, you were saying.
She does a lot more than most of us.
Yeah, I know. I was literally watching her thinking, I really got to start going to the gym. This is really getting pathetic. I think she's lifting more weights than I can.
Well, is that worth looking at?
Da li je vrijedilo ovo pogledati?
You see, that's the reward.
To je nagrada.
God doesn't say things that are not true.
Bog ne kaže stvari koje nisu istinite u svojoj riječi.
And I just wanted to share with you tonight.
A ja sam večeras htio to podijeliti zajedno s vama.
Because God wants you to live to your maximum.
Zato što Bog želi da vi doživite svoj maksimum.
And enjoy the very best of health.
I da doživite i da imate ono najbolje zdravlje.
And this is one of the rewards when we get to know the Bible.
A to je jedna od nagrada kad mi upoznamo i živimo što piše u Bibliji.
And night by night we're going to reveal more.
I iz večeri u večer mi ćemo vam otkrivati sve više što Biblija govori.
Now tomorrow night,
sutra uveče,
I'm going to speak to you on the subject, the strange origin of Christmas, Easter and Lent.
Imamo predmet strano podrijetlo Božića, Uskrsa i Korizme.
Where did they come from?
Od kuda su oni došli?
Very, very interesting.
Jako interesantan predmet.
Why is it that Easter and Christmas are about 9 months apart?
Zašto Božić i Uskrs su 9 mjeseci odmaknuti jedan od drugog?
One represented by the egg.
Jedan blagdan predstavljen jajetom.
The other by birth.
A drugi rođenjem.
Well, we'll give you all the answers tomorrow night.
Daćemo vam odgovor sutra uveče.
Then on Wednesday night,
a onda srijeda večer,
the subject is the oldest church with the largest membership.
Tema je, znači, najstarija crkva sa najvećim brojem vjernika.
Did you all get one of the outlines?
Jeste dobili svi onaj program?
Did anyone not have one?
Da li ima neko ko nema program za ovaj tjedan?
Okay, can you just bring some in from outside, the brochures?
Na izlazu potražite. No time now. They are going, when they go outside, they are going to have it.
Okay.
Yeah. Nemamo sada vremena za dijeliti, zato što u 7 sati imamo drugu grupu, a na izlazu, ako nemate taj program, tražite ga pa ćete ga dobiti. A svi smo taj program dobili u Sheratonu tamo.
We have the next session coming in now, so we must just just before you go, let's have a little prayer.
Sačekajte, samo prije nego što izađemo, idemo Bogu zahvaliti.
Dear Lord, bless us tonight.
Bože, molimo te, blagoslovi nas večeras.
As we go home.
Kad odlazimo doma.
And bring us back again tomorrow night.
I Bože, dovedi nas sutra ponovo na ovo mjesto.
For Jesus' sake.
A to molimo u Isusovo ime.
Amen.
Amen.
Don't forget, if you haven't handed in that little white slip.
Nemojte zaboraviti, ako ovu karticu koju smo dali večeras da ispunite niste predali.
Good night.